Hi everyone, this is our reflection video for August 27th, Wednesday. I just want to remind you guys we are having a quiz on Friday, so make sure you're ready for that. Last 10-15 minutes of class. You will need a calculator for that, so just a reminder about that. Also a reminder for today's class, we talked about, we finished up with significant figures and sort of the rules for multiplying and dividing, adding, subtracting them. We also talked about temperature effects, changing from Kelvin to Celsius to Fahrenheit. And finally, we talked about density and specific gravity. Okay. And then we ended up, and then that's what sort of bookmarked chapter 1, and we moved on to chapter 2, where we started talking about the atom. Okay, so when we talked about the atom, I finished up, we were talking about protons, the subatomic particles, protons, neutrons, electrons. And then I finished up with a exit ticket question. I just want to go over that. So the first question we asked was how many neutrons are present in P31. So in order to deal with that, oops, my controls are here. Hold on a second. All right, try that again. Okay. So in order to address that question, we want to look at, so we had P31 was a question, right? So if we remember, this little number right here is telling us that our mass units A equals 31. Okay, so it's our mass number, and that if we look at this here, it was from the periodic table of the elements, and you'll see that this is going to give you your Z value, right, which is your atomic number, so Z equals 15. So if you remember, our mass number is our protons plus our neutrons, and our atomic number here is our protons. And so that would mean that A equals Z plus neutrons. Let's call it neut. All right. And so simply, if we just sort of follow this logic, that means that 31 equals 15 plus neut. Alright, so our neutrons are going to be 31 minus 15, so that's 16. Alright, so you can see that's why that was the correct answer here. And about half of you got that right, a little over half. Okay. Okay, and so the other one, the other two people did a little better job on, a little more consistently better job, and that was the isotope P31 with the atomic number, and again, you just read that right off of the table here. You can also look at the periodic table. It's 15. The final question was, what is the primary isotope? And if you remember, the primary isotope, or the isotope, or the atomic mass here, this 30.974, that represents the average mass of all the isotopes, and so the one that is most prevalent, it will be closest to this mass. And so this is very close to 31. That meant that 31 here was our most prevalent isotope. Okay, so that was our exit ticket for the day. I wanted to also talk to you guys about another thing. So remember, the homework is due tomorrow night. If anybody's looking for more ways to study, so after you finish the homework and review some of the notes, if you're looking for other ways to study, one way to do it would be if you have bought the recent version of the textbook, or if you have access to the older version. If you log on through the Pearson website, they have some resources here. These are instructor resources, but there are, where are my, oopsie-daisy. So sorry about that. This should look like, there we go. So these are the student areas. There's a study area. If you go, you can look at the different chapters. So in chapter 1, there's these flashcards. Okay, right here, you can look at those. There's some other practice problems and things like that. And finally, I want to mention, if you work through all this stuff, or if you don't have access to the online study guides and things that are accompany the new textbook, look at the end of the chapter. There's a bunch of good problems there. I'm going to post a list of recommended basically, I recommend you guys doing the even problems, with the exception of a couple at the beginning that we didn't cover. The even ones, they have the answers in the back of the book, which is really helpful if you want to go back and check. Okay, so don't forget to post your reflection on Exit Ticket before Friday morning, and I'll see you guys in class then.